What's up YouTube? It's Winfrey coming back at you today with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be breaking down the abilities I use on my team, why I use them, and then after that I'm going to show my weekend league highlights from this weekend. But before we do that, I want to show you guys how my weekend league went. Before we continue with the rest of the video, I wanted to encourage you to like the video, comment what you think below, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me grow, it pushes me out to more people, and I greatly appreciate your support. And be sure to stay tuned to watch the weekend league highlights at the end. You're definitely not going to want to miss them. There were some crazy plays that were made, but with all that being said, let's go ahead and hop back into the video. So as you can see, guys, looking at my weekend league, I did actually go 22-3. When we come over here to the top 100 tab, you can see I came 37th in the world. That's my best finish ever. The crazy thing is, though, I could have actually went 25-0. I lost one game because of DDA. The game screwed me. I had my X Factor on Michael Vick activated, and I still threw an inaccurate pass, but we'll get into that in my abilities. And then I lost one game because I wasn't playing super well, and then I actually lost my very first game because I was literally goofing off, cutting up, just messing around, because I wasn't expecting to be able to play all 25 games. So I was just having fun, chatting with friends, and just goofing off, being goofy. So I actually did end up getting 22 wins, which I'm very happy with. My highest previously was 21, and I came in 60th, but now I got 22, and I came in 37th. With some really good games, some really close games, and a lot of really good plays that you'll be able to see soon. But I'm really happy with how this week went. Let's go ahead and hop into my abilities. Alright guys, hopping into my abilities, I will say as a disclaimer, this isn't gonna be meta. I'm not saying this is the absolute best way for you to set up your offense and defense. This is just what I run, what I've had success with, what got me 22 wins, and how I use my team. I do think there are some abilities in the game that are overrated, that aren't quite as good as people think that they are on offense. Two of those being Route Technician and Edge Protector. I don't use Route Tech and I don't use Edge Protector because Route Tech is so inconsistent. It only works against man, and it only works on certain routes. And Edge Protector, my O-line still blocks you just fine, and I chose to use that 2 AP somewhere else. The only time Edge Protector is essential is if people have edge threats, but even in that situation, if they have edge threat, just double team the edge threat, and they'll get shut down. If they have two edge threats, double team one of the edge threats and watch the other one. So for me, I would double team the edge threat on the left side, and I would just watch the edge threat on the right side, because Michael Vick is left-handed. So if that edge threat gets out on the right side, I can just scramble to the left and still have the chance to throw a good pass on the run. And with Michael Vick, they're going to have to drop a spy back anyway. So if they're only rushing two and they have two edge threats, those edge threats should get blocked, even though they have edge threat, because there's only two people rushing. But anyways, hopping into the abilities that I use. I'll go ahead and first show the ones that are absolutely necessary to me, and the ones that I think everyone should have on their team. If you don't have Hot Route Master, which I don't, you need a Backfield Master and you need Tight End Apprentice. I use Backfield Master on Barry. It's 2 AP unfortunately, but it's Barry Sanders. I have to use Barry, who is a new pickup along with Kevin Mawai. Backfield Master on Barry Sanders and Tony G with Tight End Apprentice is 4 AP total. They give me all the routes, all the millimeters, stuff like that. So that's what I use there. And then the last 8 ability points I have, believe it or not, are on my quarterbacks. So the reason being is because I don't need any apprentices on my wide receivers. And again, the other abilities aren't that great. Slot-o-matic isn't useful because in my trips tight end, my slot is the middle receiver and he's not running a bunch of crazy routes. Route Technician, again, I just expressed why I don't use that. And then there's not really many other wide receiver abilities that are super good. There just really isn't. So that's why I use so many ability points on my quarterbacks. And as you can see, Michael Vick, I use Escape Artist and Gunslinger on him for a total of 6 AP. I was using Roaming Deadeye, but there's a couple reasons I'm not using it. One, because you don't see how good Escape Artist is until you stop using it. You don't see what it's doing for you until you stop. My Mike Vick with 99 speed without Escape Artist literally scrambles like Tom Brady. Like, not that exaggerated. He probably scrambles like he has 80 to 85 speed. He's been chased down by Leroy Glover. With Escape Artist, I can actually escape. I can actually play like Michael Vick. I can step up into the pocket and scramble. I can run around the edge. I can avoid a QB spy if I need to, even though that's a little cheesy. I try not to do that a ton. And honestly, I'm not very good at it. Second reason is because roaming Deadeye is good, and it's really, really good. But Mike Vick already has 99 throw on the run, and with Gunslinger on my backup QB, which we'll talk about in a little bit, if Mike Vick is healthy, if he's not tired, I still feel very confident throwing on the run with Michael Vick. Just because he has 99 throw on the run, and that actually matters. And I would say probably 85 to 90% of the time, if he's not dead tired, his throw on the runs will still be accurate. So I feel very confident with his throw on the run, even without roaming. Once he gets 99 overall, I will 100% put roaming in his first slot. And then the third reason being because I have running gun, which is grants perfect passing while on the run. I like using this ability because I can very easily make 5 consecutive passes for 5+ yards in the air very, very easily. And I do this quite often. And when this activates, I don't need roaming. It does what roaming Deadeye does without having to actually have roaming Deadeye here. So I don't get it on every single play because this has to be activated. But again, even when it's not activated, I'm still confident in my throw on the run as long as Mike Vick is not tired. So that's why I use these abilities on Michael Vick. And Gunslinger is just, I mean, you got to have Gunslinger. And then I actually use Gunslinger also on Brett Favre. I know this probably isn't ideal. I know this probably isn't the best thing to do, but I like to have fun. The reason I'm playing like this is because I have Michael Vick. If you have a scrambling quarterback and you run a lot, you need a 2-quarterback system. I run a lot with Michael Vick. He gets tired a lot. He gets hit some. If I run read options, he gets hit, and he gets tired a lot. You know, if he gets dead tired, if he's on yellow or better, I'll keep him in. But if he's on orange, red, or dark blue, I'll pull him out. And literally for a maximum of 3 plays, if he can be as tired as possible. If he sits out for 3 plays, he'll come back as fresh as can be. And in those 3 plays, I don't want to be handicapping myself. So because of the 2 extra AP we get now, I decided to put Gunslinger on Brett Favre and see how it worked, and I absolutely love it. I'll sub Mike Vick out of the game, and I'll still feel confident passing the ball. And most of the time, they won't even notice I sub out Mike Vick, and they'll still put up a QB spy, so they're not getting any more pressure. And I'm still able to throw dots with that Gunslinger. So I know it's not the, quote, smartest thing to do, but it's what I've done to have fun, and it's how I enjoy running my offense. So that's what my offensive abilities are looking like. Then on my defense, as you can see, I do have 3 universal coverage on Dion, AJ, and Rod, just because I feel like your CVs are where you want that universal coverage to be. And then, as you can see, I don't have double or nothing. I don't have one step. I don't have mid-zone KO. I think those are overrated abilities that are inconsistent and too situational to run. I don't like running situational abilities. I like running abilities that have a high chance of being used every single game. So, that's the reason I run what I run. I run 4 acrobats, 1 on AJ Terrell, 1 on Desmond Trufant, 1 on Isaiah Simmons, and 1 on Calvin Johnson. The reason I do this is because these 4 players are playing my curl flats, hard flats, and hook zones. I don't think it's wise or of any use to have acrobat on deep zones. I don't think it does anything. Acrobat rarely has a chance to activate in your deep zones, but in hooks and flats, it has a ton of opportunity to activate, and it actually activates a pretty healthy amount on my team. So that's why I use those 4 acrobats there. Obviously, I have Lurker on Deion Jones. This is absolutely essential. You're going to see some crazy plays with him in the highlights. And then I use Out My Way on Calvin Johnson and Isaiah Simmons. What Out My Way does is, if we go look at it, it gives you dominant impact block wins versus wide receivers, halfbacks, fullbacks is included in that, and tight ends. So if someone's in strong close and I want to play the pass, I can play the pass all I want. When they run stretch, I'm going to absolutely dominate them because Out My Way is going to activate. Very, very rarely do linemen block both Calvin Johnson and Isaiah Simmons. A lineman might block one of them depending on who the mic is. If one of them is the mic, then the lineman's going to block them, but then I'm going to be able to shoot the gap. If I'm the mic, a lot of the time both of them will come free, but even if only one of them comes free and gets blocked by a tight end or fullback, which doesn't happen which happens quite often, because in most runs, the tight end and fullback, if not both, are assigned to one of those linebackers. One of those linebackers is assigned by the fullback and tight end. And if not, if they run super outside runs and cut it outside, they're blocked by receivers. So if someone's in I form, strong close, or they're running outside runs out of shotgun formations, I will be able to absolutely shut down anything, because these two guys are almost always being blocked by fullbacks, running backs, tight ends, and then sometimes receivers. You can put it on safeties or cornerbacks, but I found it most useful and activating the most in my two players who actually play a linebacker for me. So that's why I use them there. And what I'll do is I'll pinch my D-line, slant my D-line outside. So if they run up the middle, it's probably not going to activate a ton, because then they will get blocked by linemen. But if I'm able to confidently pinch my D-line, the middle is going to be clogged anyways. Because, I mean, it's the middle. The middle is going to be clogged if the linemen are punched or are pinched and they're running up the gut. It's going to get clogged. So they're compelled to run outside. Then when they run outside, out my way goes off. I think out my way is the most underrated ability in the game. If you haven't tried it, if you're running the metal one step, the metal double or nothing, that's so inconsistent and can screw you over, I want to highly encourage you to try out my way, because I'm telling you, it literally activates 9 times out of 10 when someone runs the ball. It's absolutely insane. No one was able to run against me all week in league, and I love that ability. Alright guys, that's going to do it for my abilities. I know this wasn't super long. I didn't want to be long-winded. I will put out a video soon of rating what I think are the top 5 best and the top 5 most overrated abilities in the game, which I think will be fun to do. There's a lot of meta abilities that I don't think are worth running, as you've seen in this video. Quickly before I go, as you can see, I do have Barry Sanders here, who is a new upgrade, Kevin Mawai, who's a new upgrade, and then on my specialist tab I have Lawrence Taylor hidden here, who's a new upgrade, and he plays on my team. If we go ahead and just look in the top right, we have 52 out of 55 players. We have 3 extra player spots to fill, and I think we're still at 51 out of 50 Falcons. Yeah, so we have 4 player spots to fill with new players if they come out. Just giving y'all an update on what it looks like since I've added those players. But this is what my team's looking like. That's what my abilities look like. Let me know in the comments below what you think of my abilities. And if you enjoyed this part of the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribing does a ton for me. You have no idea how much it helps when you subscribe. And it gets me out to more people. When you like, it pushes my videos to more people. And when you comment, it does the same. Comment, let me know what you want to see in the future. I plan on putting out a scheme video at someone's request of what I run on offense, what I run on defense. But I feel like this would be helpful as well to show you guys the abilities that I run. All that being said, we're going to go ahead and show my weekend league highlights, and I promise you want to stick around and see what happens. I had some crazy plays in weekend league. I'm talking Deion Jones, Mossing, Randy Moss, some crazy stuff, and you get to see some abilities put on display. But if you enjoyed the video, again, like it, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see in the future, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Jones, pick 6. Pick 6, first play is so close.
That makes sense.
Let's go, Deion Jones, pick 6, number 2. That one was hilarious, though. Guarantee you I was freaking working. Idiot.
Dude, oh my gosh. Oh.
Let's go, Vic. Freaking dot. Freaking dot, Vic. Oh my gosh, that was a dot. Let's go, baby. Let's freaking go. That's a good one call. Let's go. Give me that. Another pick six with Dion, baby.